Hello, my lovely friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. It has been an early morning around here. I'm shooting this on Tuesday morning, and I just felt compelled to get up and watch Simone compete on balance beam. When I heard she was going to do that, I just thought, oh my gosh, I have to see that happen. And Suni was competing as well, and they both did amazing. Simone did a really nice routine. The thing was, the two Chinese gymnasts coming in, I think they qualified with a higher score, so they had like maybe a little more difficulty in the routine. They went gold and silver, and then Simone got bronze, which I think was amazing. But I think more than the medal, what just stood out to me was her getting out there and feeling good about what she did. And I just think it's been kind of a fascinating thing for the world to understand, like the mental blocks that can go on in a gymnast's mind, and the concept of the twisties and how dangerous that could be potentially to compete or try to push through that in some way. There's like really no way to push through. And I just think Simone deserves so much love and respect for, being able to see the whole picture and understand, the effects on herself, the effects on her teammates, and just having that wisdom to be in that predicament and understand that stepping back was the biggest benefit to herself and everyone around her. And I thought it took a lot of courage for her, but at the same time, when you know you're making the right decision in life, it really doesn't matter so much what all the audience, what all of life's spectators think about it. I remember kind of thinking about that when I left the news and I went into YouTube full time. And that was a little bit of a newer concept at that time. And I remember, people were like, oh, do you really know what you're doing here? And when you know in your heart what the right thing is to do, and you're following that path, people can say whatever they want, but they don't understand it like you do because you're the one in it. And I just hope everybody respects the fact that she's the one in it. She knows. And I hope for the absolute best for her going forward, but it was amazing to see her out there competing on beam again. I did not think I was going to get up here and do a gymnastics wrap up and commentary, but I woke up at like 3:45, and by the time that got over, it was like 20 till 5, and I'm like, I'm not going back to bed now. So I come up here, do my makeup, and we're going to shoot a video. We're going to talk about some favorites, okay? Oh, but Suni, she had like the most amazing save. It was like she was stuck to the beam. She went over this way, she wobbled that way, and she stayed on, and it's like those moments just help you as a viewer for a split second realize just how hard this is and how easy everyone makes it look like 95% of the time, and then you understand like, oh yeah, that would be really hard. She's amazing. I love her. First thing, I'm going to start with my non-makeup things. This Found Beauty dry shampoo powder. I feel like I've talked about this before, but I've been using it a lot more lately. I feel like for the people who need dry shampoo worse, like the people who have like the fine and kind of thinner hair like me, maybe hair that's quick to get weighed down and oily, I think you need a dry shampoo that's straight up powder like this is. So basically you just open this little top and you shake it out and it looks like white powder. And even me, as someone with super dark hair, like it totally works in. You don't have to worry about it looking like there's a lot of residue. I've even mistakenly way over applied this stuff, and I've been able to work it all in, and you can kind of brush it through. But it really makes a difference, better than any kind of spray-in dry shampoo. As far as those go, the Batiste dark tone one, the brunette one, is probably the best. But this, or just plain old baby powder, really is what works best for me. I think this is a little step up in the oil absorption, whatever this is made out of. It's got bamboo in it, but totally makes a difference, and I just thought I'd shout that out. This brand is available at Walmart, and you can also find it on the Found Beauty website. I've come into a cream that I absolutely love, this Bom Dia Bright cream from the Sol de Janeiro brand. So they make the Bum Bum cream, and they've got that like green colored cream. I can't remember what that's called, Coco Cabana or something like that. Both smell great, but this is on another level. I posted on Instagram about it. I've been milking this sample forever. I think I can still get maybe a little out. Yeah, got a little bit out here. Just a Sephora sample. Oh, it smells so good. I mean, there's something very tropical about the other scents, and then this one somehow fuses tropical with edible. Like there's something yummy about this one. I can't hardly describe it. Maybe I need to pull up like Sephora's website and there'll be a really good description of what this is supposed to smell like, but I don't know if there's a bit of floral, a bit of tropical, and then somehow like something you absolutely want to devour. So hard to explain, but I went ahead and I ordered the full size of this, and I also ordered the body mist, so that's how strongly I feel about that. Also, has anybody tried these from Fourth Ray? These are called Chill Sesh Hydrating Eye Masks. wow, I couldn't believe how cooling these were, and I haven't even been keeping them in a fridge or anything. They've just been in my like bathroom cabinet. Comes with this little guy to help you separate them, but they're these little gel mask things. How many are in there anyway? Oh, 30 pairs. You put them on and they feel so cooling and refreshing. I mean, this is the biggest treat for the under eye area I can imagine. Like super moisturizing, but just like invigorating, soothing. I can't think of a more pleasant experience. I actually would go for putting these on more than I would enjoy like a sheet mask all over my skin, because it's just like they don't go anywhere. They stay completely frozen in the place where you put them, and then, you know, you peel them off, and it's just such a lovely experience. How long do they say to keep them on? 10-15 minutes. Remove and gently massage the remaining serum into the skin. Love these. Try them out, and they are incredibly cooling, but I'm thinking about putting them in the fridge just to see if I can even take it up a notch from there. Been big time into my Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer from Laura Geller in the Mattify version. Just incredible for the concealment of pores. Like, I'll wear it under anything, even if I'm just doing a really light look, like I'm doing some kind of skin tint type product, tinted moisturizer. This underneath, it smooths the skin so beautifully. Separate yourself a little bit from the idea of like mattify. It doesn't mean you're going to have a totally matte look. I think that really depends on the finish of the foundation you put on top. If you want to go on top with like another favorite of mine, this Double Take powder foundation from Laura Geller, you get that matte full coverage type of look. But if you want to go on top of it with something glowy, you'll have the glow, but you will still benefit from your pores being so like blurred and filled in underneath. It's amazing. I love this stuff. The closest thing I could compare it to would be the Benefit Professional hydrating version, but this seems even creamier, even more moisture in it. So don't think that just because it says mattify, it's going to be one of those that goes on and like feels dry on your skin. Doesn't feel dry at all. Just totally takes care of the pores. Foundations I've been into, I mentioned the Double Take powder foundation. I think this is such a quick and easy thing to use. I've got a whole video talking over the application, showing the application, but I wear it in medium. It's called Double Take Baked Versatile Powder Foundation, and this is Laura Geller's fuller coverage powder. The one that's described as light to medium coverage is the Balance and Brighten, and that's the one with the swirled components inside. So this does give you a more matte look if you put it on. It is a lovely partner to that stuff, but check out my video where I put that on if you want to know all the details. A couple of other foundations I've been using a bunch this past month. Both are rediscoveries for me. One is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. That's what I'm wearing today. I think it's lovely. I wear the shade Cashmere. When I initially tried this brand, I didn't have my proper shade in this, and I was like combining two, but since I've come into the perfect shade, I just really enjoy it. Today I put it on with a beauty blender, and I would say it's kind of a medium coverage, strong medium coverage probably, because I feel it covered a lot. Doesn't feel heavy at all on the skin. This is Dollar General's brand, guys. Dollar General's exclusive line has a wonderful foundation in it, and you should definitely check it out. And I'll also link to the recent Believe Beauty videos I've done. Now, the other foundation I've rediscovered is my NARS Soft Matte. So this is going to give a more matte look than this one. This is more like natural skin finish. This is more mattifying, but not heavy looking. This is really a staying power gem. When I initially got this, it would have been like last year around this time. I remember testing it on like hot, sweaty walks and being outside and really putting it through some stuff, and it still lasts beautifully through all that. Doesn't really matter how you apply it. I like it with a brush. I like it with a beauty blender. But this, as well as this concealer, this is the concealer I'm wearing today. It's the Soft Matte. I wear it in Creme Brulee. These are a great partner together. They just last really well. But even this concealer, as you can see on top of other things, beautiful under eye coverage. Just love it. So it's really an impressive staying power thing for me. I'm Patagonia medium 1.2 in this product. So staying power, matte, but you know, touchable, pretty looking matte skin, if that makes sense. And then this for the slightly lighter coverage, more natural finish. Also been loving my Believe Beauty loose powder. This is in the translucent. It's called Matte Blur Loose Powder, and the packaging really isn't anything fantastic. As you can see, a lot of product shakes out of there, but that's okay. I still love it. It's a wonderful, very super ultra finely milled powder, and it's lovely setting setting the under eye and the T-zone. I just love what it does for the texture. Your skin feels smooth and soft and velvety, but it improves the staying power and it doesn't look cakey because it is, again, just so fine. Blushes I've been loving the most. The one I'm wearing today is my Patrick Ta. She's Seductive. It's the Monochrome Moment blush, and this is actually a really pretty eyeshadow too, like getting it going in the crease type color. Gorgeous. But when I had my recent, like, going through the makeup room, experiencing major moments of joy, just uncovering different products I hadn't used in a while, I'll link to that video below if you missed it. I picked out this blush and I just realized how earthy and lovely it is. I've got it on today. I'll add a little bit more just to kind of accentuate what you're seeing there. I've got it like right in this zone. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I feel like it's so pretty with this kind of toasty lip. And I've kind of, honestly, I know it's kind of annoying, but it's August now and I've got 1 foot into fall. Maybe not a whole foot, maybe just a toe is in fall. Like I'm just using products and I'm not just thinking about, oh, summer makeup. I'm thinking, pretty for fall. And I just love the way that blush looks, and I think it would complement so many like fall type looks. So I should probably look for a dupe for this because I feel like there's probably something out there similar, but it is very like neutral. There's not a lot of rosiness. There's just the slightest bit of rosy in that, but it's a very like bronzy neutral blush. Another amazing blush pick, Believe Beauty, again, Dollar General, but this is their Major Monochrome Matte and Shimmer Blush Duo in Amore. Or maybe it's Amore. That's Amore. It's got the dark rosy shade, which is not too dark. Don't get me wrong, that's gorgeous. That rosiness is so pretty sheared out on the cheeks, and then you can kind of layer up. This is not a highlight, this is like a blush topper, okay? Pigmented, beautiful, smooth, not chunky, but it gives you this kind of like rose gold coppery glow alongside this. So you can use this shade on its own, or you can kind of change the texture. Love that option. This is definitely a much newer thing to me from the Believe line. I found it like just a few weeks ago in store. And I believe they did have some other shade options available in that, but it's a really nice formula. As much as I raved on their loose powder, their pressed powder formula that's in eyeshadows and blushes and bronzers is so nice. Okay, we gotta talk some eyeshadow here, guys. It's so funny that I picked these two as my favorites because they couldn't be more different, okay? One is the cozy blanket. One is the comfort zone. One is what you gravitate toward when you just want that surefire home run look. And then the other one is like, I don't know, the trip you were hesitant to take, but then at the end of it, you're so glad you did it. It's the little bit of a risk, but yet it's super fun in the moment to use it, and you're really satisfied with the end look too. So, okay, let me get to the point. I could describe for days. This is the Milani Ungilded Most Loved Mattes. If you saw me using this in my recent video, I was all over it, and I've kept using it, doing different takes on it. You got rosy shades, you got warm matte browns, rich burgundies, all these colors. You can mix them, match them. Don't just stay in one lane with your look, but really bounce around. Use some of this with some of that. You know, it's totally gorgeous no matter how you slice it. And then the blending, the quality, the texture of these mattes, absolutely amazing. Again, not to be going too hard on fall here in early August, but great fall looks in here. It's a beautiful palette also with just the mirror, nice construction, magnetic closure. I will link to where I applied this if you want to see it in action, but it's certainly like leaving no stone unturned in terms of beautiful eyeshadow quality. It's checking all the boxes, not a dud in the palette, beautiful light to dark balance in there, and then I just really love those tones. So that's the Cozy Blanket, and this one, like I said, is the Risk. Okay, this is the Sydney Grace and Temptalia Radiant Reflection, the light version. So what she did, she put out 6 darn palettes, okay? Each one has a light and dark fringe. So like overall same color scheme, but with a few little tweaks to make it either the dark version or the light version. So this is the light version of the Radiant Reflection, and I am very honored to have received these palettes in PR. And it took me a little while to get into them because honestly I was a little intimidated. I'm like, okay, I got all these palettes. How do I approach this? And I thought just just grab the one that you think speaks to you most, start there, and like I haven't put this one down, like I really love it. And you saw me use this one where I got out of my comfort zone in the video and I did the blue look, and it was gorgeous. And I can't explain how significant that was for these blues to be so easy to apply. Blue is one of the hardest colors, I think, to make look natural and look buffed out and blended on the skin. It just isn't a tone that naturally merges into your skin tone as easily as like these rosy ones do. That was my first look with this palette and I loved it. But then I used that and I was convinced that there's something really special about the formula. And then today I actually went for a green look. I used some of this in the outer corner, some of this on the lid, and then I went inward with the Temptalia shade, that kind of pinky color. You're thinking, oh, earthy green look, and then you got that little splash of pink on the inner lid, and I think it's stunning. I also used a combo of these on the lower lash line. This is a really pretty shade. That's what I popped on the lid with that cut crease look the other day. But I've just been playing with this on and off and doing different things and just infinitely impressed by how all of these shimmers can look so pretty in different modes on the eye. You see it, and yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 fully matte shades and all this shimmer, and you think, I don't have enough eyelid for all that shimmer. It's got to go elsewhere. Well, many of these shades are also really pretty in the crease. You can do that. Keep in mind, you might swatch the shade out, look at it on your hand and say, oh, that's so metallic or that's so foiled looking. But once you get that on a crease brush and you start buffing it, it takes on a different personality, okay? So like I was able to take this shade that has a lot of shimmer, and that was my crease for the blue look. And guys, it worked wonderfully well. It went on with complete ease and it wasn't too shiny. So keep that in mind with different shimmers and beautiful textures like this. They can work many different ways, not to mention like a pretty lower lash line pop like I've got going on today. I love the depth. I love the kind of jewel tone nature of these. So I'm going to dive into the other palettes too, but I really wanted to get familiar with them as I went, and I love this Radiant Reflection light so much. Finally, guys, I thought I would shout out my most worn lip products of the month, and the one I'm wearing right now is again Believe Beauty. I mean, my goodness, but it's the Moroccan Spice lipstick, the Satin Crush lipstick. I heard somebody saying at some point in time that they thought these bullets were too wobbly and loose in there. I don't feel that way at all. I think it's very solid. It's very firm in there. It's not like butting up against the side at all. But that's the color I'm wearing today. And how beautiful is that slightly toasty, slightly dirty peach nude. I love it. I just have a little bit of Milani Cinnamon Statement Lip Liner on with that, but it's really overall a very close color match. Like I used the lipstick all over first, and then I just kind of neatened things up around the outside with this lip liner. It wasn't a big color contrast, a very close match. Excellent pair. And you see how it's like not too shiny? That's the way it went on. It's not like it went on shiny and I lost some as I did this video. It's pretty much stayed looking about like that. And it's comfortable and creamy, but bordering on matte, I'd say. And I love it with that Patrick Ta blush. Ooh, I love talking about happy good things here. MAC Chili, I know that's been a favorite maybe in another recent video, but my goodness, the toasty red. It's the slightly toasty rusty red, and it's so gorgeous. Wore it in the video where I was talking about sponsored videos. It's a matte formula MAC lipstick, and it was so funny because I recently did an Ulta order and I got a free gift and it was MAC Chili, and I thought like, am I attracting this into my experience here on this earth? So much love for that lipstick. It's just a little more unique take on red, and it's a red I feel comfortable wearing more just in the day-to-day casual life, you know? And it clings really well onto the lips, doesn't drift out, doesn't get messy. Love it. Already talked about the Clinique Bare Pop. Really heavily talked about this in my Clinique video, underrated products, but I've been wearing this a lot. It gives this beautiful kind of neutral, chameleon-like soft shimmer to the lips. It looks pretty on its own. Like, don't get me wrong, it's holding its own It's looking like kind of a shimmery, dusty rose nude on its own, but over the top of like different lip liners or different lipsticks, it's really, really pretty. And I'm looking forward to just continuing to pair that with other colors. The regular packaging isn't like this, by the way, but this came as a free gift. That's how I discovered it. And then lastly, my e.l.f. Black Cherry. This is what I keep downstairs in my bathroom when I just need something to throw on quickly. It's a total dupe for Clinique's Black Honey, if you love that. I'm not talking just in color, but also in texture. Beautiful, moisturizing, balmy feel, but that deep kind of plummy look to it. The reason why I've got it down there to just throw on before I like go out for a walk or do whatever is that it seems to look good with any like eye look I might be sporting on that day. You know, it looks good with a classic neutral eye. It looks good with something brighter. It would look great with what I've got on today. There's just not too much like vibrant color in this one. It's just kind of deep, dirty, neutral, but enough plum in there, enough little bit of berry in there to make it seem very wearable to me. And again, texture is outstanding, very, very balm-like. So my loves, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video, got some good product recommendations. Some of these really feel like a recap of what I've been just talking about a lot lately, but it's nice to have the roundup, right? It's nice to have it all laid out there. These are the favorites. So thank you for your time, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your kindness and support. I appreciate it so much. I love you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.